This is the Yamaha AS801, and Yamaha claims it brings high-end sound to your desktop or living room without breaking the bank. After weeks of listening, I discovered something the brochures don't tell you, and it might affect whether you pull the trigger. So, is it the stereo amp your hi-fi stack's been missing, or just another overpromised component? Let's dig in. Yamaha AS801 Product Overview. Okay, so what are we looking at here? The Yamaha AS801 is a two-channel integrated amplifier. Yes, amp plus DAC in one box. That launched back in mid-2015, yet still turns heads in 2025. Yamaha positions it as a modern classic, appealing to audiophiles and serious music lovers who want one device to handle both analog and digital sources, turntables, CD players, computers, without needing extra boxes. With power, features, and flexibility often reserved for much pricier gear, the AS801 lives in that sweet spot. Not cheap, but not stratospheric either. Yamaha AS801 Performance. Here's where I'm going to get a little nerdy and also conversational because that's fun. First, I drove this amp using a few different kit setups: desktop studio monitors, a modest pair of 8-ohm floor standers, and a high-sensitivity headphone pairing. In all cases, it delivered. From the get-go, the AS801 is smooth and effortless. Even in dynamic passages, think classical crescendos or synthwave drums, it never felt strained. It didn't struggle when hitting louder volumes. The power isn't just for show. One surprising thing, the amp feels more energetic in the upper mids and treble. It's not harsh or fatiguing, but Yamaha's house sound is noticeable. Compared with a leaner Class D amp, you'll hear more forward presence in the higher frequencies. Many listeners note this tilt, and in my tests, it's real, but manageable. If you're into very dark, warm sound signatures, this might not be your ideal match. Where it really shines is imaging and space. Instruments seem to hang in the air, slightly spaced apart, with a sense of depth that a lot of budget amps just can't muster. Yamaha AS801 Features and Tech. Let's dig into what's inside and why it matters. ESS Sabre 32-bit DAC, ES9010K2M. This is Yamaha's ace in the hole. It supports PCM up to 384 kHz, 32-bit, and native DSD at 2.8 and 5.6 MHz. While you care, you can plug your computer or streamer directly via USB and get high-res playback without needing a separate DAC. Less gear, fewer cables. Rich connectivity, analog plus digital plus phono. You get optical and coax inputs for your TV, Blu-ray player, streamer, traditional line-level inputs, and a built-in phono stage for vinyl lovers. Why it matters? Versatility. You don't need a second preamp or DAC to hook up most of your gear. Pure direct and CD direct modes. In these modes, Yamaha bypasses unnecessary circuits, tone controls, etc. to maximize purity and reduce noise. Why it matters? When you want your music as uncolored as possible, these modes help minimize any extra interference or distortion. Design and build. Visually, the AS801 leans classic and unobtrusive. It measures about 17 1/8 inch by 6 inches by 15 1/4 inches and weighs in at 26.7 pounds. So yes, it's beefy. It's available in brushed silver or black. The chassis design uses Yamaha's top art and art base construction, double bottom, vibration damping, to minimize resonance. The front panel is clean, knobs for volume, input, tone, and a simple remote that handles input switching and volume only. Knobs feel solid, the click switches are crisp, and everything has a satisfying tactile quality. One caveat, the finish attracts fingerprints. In practice, you want a cloth nearby. Pros. Outstanding value, power, DAC, and features in one box. Clean imaging, wide downstage, credible detail. Versatile I/O. Digital plus analog plus phono built in. Pure direct and CD direct modes for low noise purity. Cons. Lacks flexible bass management on the sub out. Slight upper mid treble tilt could be fatiguing for some ears. Remote can't control tone or loudness.